my name is Katrina Smith. Welcome to my Mepap 2 presentation on joint visualization, the path to having an exceptional nursing home. Well, as you can see here, I'm sure you heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but with this one, this is the path to joint visualization. And within each of the quadrants, we have specific nursing home characteristics or job descriptions that fit in with each of the needs. And so also wanted to give a thanks to my assistant, Barry Smith. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Give him a round of applause. Give him an extra hand. Yeah, so for physiological needs, this has to do with food, water, shelter, the basic needs. And so with them, the team would be like the Florence Nightingale environmental theory, where, as you can see on the first rung, we have her theory was nutrition, which is dietary. The second one is ventilation, light, which is maintenance. We also have housekeeping and central supply, which is cleanliness. And so with each of these rungs, now this is like without these, a nursing home would not exist. This could be for an independent home where they just need the basics to survive, or like a fancy hotel. That's when you can see a commercial for physiological needs of a nursing home. Now the second rung of the path to an exceptional nursing home or joint visualization is safety and security. And so within this is the CNAs. And so basically with the CNAs, they are kind of the cultural followers, which the top three quadrants are the ones that form the culture. And they are also the resource distributors, which comes from the physiological needs. And so with that, with the safety and security, it kind of focuses on, just like the comfort of the residents. It focuses on just their well-being. And of course, with CNAs, as mentioned, they can, have the 5 quadrants, which we will get to each, each department, they have a chance to impact all 5 stages of the process to becoming an exceptional nursing home. And one way to kind of describe safety and security of a nursing home would be the greenhouse movement, which actually they have them in Anchorage and Seward, Alaska, which I was privileged to be a part of. And so with that, they have small facilities, where residents are able to just congregate. And so within, they also have private rooms. They also focus on not just food, but like home cooking. And so with the CNAs, they're also known as shabazes. And so with the shabaz, you get to be the laundry person. You get to, cook home-cooked meals for the residents. And you also are a CNA as well. And so it's just kind of like a different philosophy in some ways. But as for the activity portion, they do have a separate activity person, which that brings us to love and belonging. In love and belonging, the philosophy that can be kind of centered along the third hierarchy of needs is person-centered care. Now, person-centered care, it kind of creates like a team atmosphere of shared responsibilities in the residents' care. Now, I was also privileged to be a part of this movement when it first started, and they combined kind of the activity role, they called it like homemakers. And they also encouraged participation from CNAs to get involved in activities, and it was just kind of like a movement to really just, bring in meaning and purpose, and, just kind of like create the team spirit together. Now, the 4th level, which I combine to not only self-esteem needs, but also self-actualization. So the team of this department is social work, where they kind of create the long-term vision for the resident and where they're going forward into the future. Also with physical therapy, they're the ones that create, kind of a goal list for physical attributes to kind of help the resident progress. And so if the resident is not in physical therapy, that's when the CNAs and activities people join together and they kind of help maintain the resident's strength for as long as possible. And the third level is activities. And so with self-esteem needs and self-actualization, independent activities, that can be a focus on personal growth, things that they are interested in, still getting involved in passions of their past. And so these three departments together are the key ones to creating self-esteem needs. And if you want to look for a commercial that really just focuses in on self-actualization as a primary model of getting clients to go to their facility, that would be Shriners Hospital. Shriners Hospital, you can always see the kids doing activities. Whereas like St. Jude's Hospital, which is beautiful, that's mainly focusing on love and belonging, where, they focus on, the child, how it belongs with the family and just, how it, cements the family together. Whereas like Shriners Hospital, their primary commercials are all about, helping the child, thrive despite their disability. And a philosophy that basically summarizes the path to an exceptional nursing home is the Eden Alternative. And so with the Eden Alternative, they kind of defined self-actualization as identity, joy, connectedness, security, autonomy, meaning, and growth. And then the last one is joint visualization. And so this is a team from the administrative personnel, the president. He's the one that brings the whole team together. The human resources and admissions, they're kind of like the team captain, where they pick the players and they kind of mold them and shape them into the philosophy of the organization. And the marketing department, they're kind of like the cheerleaders, where they're like, they always like point out the good and just kind of, show the progress about where the nursing home is going. And the resident council, they're kind of like the pro players, where, they not only bring solutions or, bring concerns, but they also brainstorm, possible solutions, which could be, which could make the nursing home great. And then the last one are the managers, which are like the head coaches. And so, of course, they want to take into account, how each of the levels that they can reach with their residents, from, laundry, that could be, the first level is creating a warmth environment for physiological needs. For safety and security, that could be, making sure that there is a chuck so that you can, move them up, back and forth, so the CNA's, back will not get hurt, and so their bottoms will not get stretched. The love and belonging, they could have clothes, that they can go out and feel free to socialize with people. With self-esteem needs, it could be clothes which enhance their individuality, to express who they are to the world. And we could go in with every single one of them, which I can do in a later program. But mainly, these two compartments, when it comes to just bringing concerns, the bottom two rungs, they're mainly about avoiding complaints, whereas the top three layers, they're the ones that are that give nursing homes a good review, for they raise the standard, they give residents hope. For residents have 144 hours in a week, and maybe 3 of those hours are, spent eating a day, and possibly 3 hours of that is doing care. And so the rest of it, what are they doing with the time that they have? And so that's where activities comes in. And the goal of activities, they can reach all 5 rungs. But of course, the top rung, that they're looking for is to help the resident, have self-esteem, as well as realize who they are, and just enjoy their life to the fullest all the way to the end. So the first one for activities, for love and belonging, of course, they create an atmosphere where they can get to know other residents, where, they can feel like they are a part of a community where they're not alone. Of course, with the first rung, that's like, with food and, dietary. So that's like where they can give snacks, in order to meet that physiological need. The second rung is safety and security. And so that's when, activity people, they need to be kind of aware, to make sure that during activity that they are safe, that they aren't going to fall, that they aren't going to, that, they're in an environment where, what is expected of them is what they can do. And if they're doing an art project, make sure that they put the diamond on the paper and not in their mouth. So it does happen. And of course we went over that and self-esteem needs. Of course, this is more like individual activity and also giving them leadership. There are some residents, in the facility, and they have the mental capabilities to, lead a resident-led group. And that's something that should be encouraged among staff. So yes, this is the path to an exceptional nursing home. Thank you so much for listening. And of course, if you want to reach your joint visualization needs, I encourage you to reach out to Jeff Brown, who's a certified recreation specialist who has helped me create this chart from what I've learned from him. Thank you so much. Again, Mepap 2 student Katrina Smith. May you have the best nursing home ever. Have a good day. Bye now.